back to BeamNG Drive. Scary Harry Larry here. Now, I love BeamNG Drive. It is easily my favorite racing game, but there are some small things and features that should really be improved. That's what this video is about. Today, I'm going to go over 10 small things in BeamNG Drive that should be improved. This first feature right here is such a small feature and could be very easy to implement into the game. Now, if you want to change your rims in BeamNG Drive, you could only pick from the front wheels and the rear wheels. Now, it would be really nice to have the option to be able to pick like what rim is on each individual rim on your car. I know lots of people who like customizing cars in BeamNG Drive would really appreciate that feature, and it would be so easy to implement into the game. On this car right here, I'm going to grab the windshield with the node controller, and I'm just going to go under the mat. So look at the car, how completely destroyed it is. The windshield should be easily broken from that, and yet it's still there. The windshield is completely invisible. I know windshields are supposed to be strong in real life, but really not that strong. That would be such like a small feature in the game, but could add so much more crash realism. In this crusher right here, I have a big SUV. So I'm going to switch to the crusher, and I'm going to bring everything in so it completely turns the car into a cube. You'll see why I'm doing that right now. So it's pushing it in the crusher. Alright, now it's a complete cube. So let me delete the cube here. Or delete the crusher. And look what's crazy. See that right there? What's moving? That is the steering wheel. How did the steering wheel survive that? Similar to the windshield, I don't like how the steering wheels are invincible. Again, being able for the steering wheel to just brake would be such a great feature and could increase crash realism quite a bit. This next one is about optimization. So every once in a while in the sidewalks in some maps you could see props like those cardboard boxes over there. And let me back up. There's props there. So what would be really nice to have in BeamNG Drive for optimization is the ability to turn them off. Now you can remove them in World Editor, but it just takes so long. You have to delete each individual one, and that takes a very long time. So it'd be nice to adjust the amount of props in the settings, because it could really help with frame rate in lower end PCs. So I really like that newer BeamNG Drive cars have interactable interiors. But when you hover over the parts and buttons that you could press, they have these ugly blue and green boxes around them. Now, many players would just prefer like maybe a shortcut, but what about people on consoles that don't have much buttons to press? Well, maybe they can include it in a radial menu like this. That would just be so much better to have. You could also expand on it and like add rolling windows, and maybe you could adjust the seats and steering wheel position. That way so the cars could feel more alive and immersive in BeamNG Drive. This next feature could be very hard to implement, but it would make the game a lot more fun. Engine swaps. I would definitely like that in game. Just having the ability to swap a Civetta Boldy engine into a Pigeon would be so cool. I could already see the type of cars the community would be making. That would be such a great addition to BeamNG Drive, but it would be pretty hard to implement into the game. If BeamNG Drive fixes this, it will help with immersion. So I'm going to go in first person here, and I'm just going to drive into those bushes. Now look what happens. The bushes go through the car. Now, many players really don't like that in BeamNG, especially people who rally in off-road who play in first person. It kind of ruins immersion for them and makes the game feel less realistic. This shouldn't be that hard to fix, and a lot of players will really appreciate that they fix it. if BeamNG Drive adds this feature, the game will be so much better when you're customizing your car. So let's say I want to change my rims. Alright, so the rims I want, I can't find them because there's no parts preview. If I want these rims, I have to put it on to see what they look like. And if it's the wrong one, I have to keep picking until I get the right one. Now that takes away a lot of time. It would be so much better if we could just have a preview of what part is there, or what part this is, and it shows a picture of it in the corner there. So I'm driving around in the biggest city in BeamNG Drive, West Coast, USA, the map. And it is very dark. My headlights are in full blast right now and I could barely see. So usually cities at night, they have a lot of streetlights to illuminate the roads. It would be so nice if BeamNG Drive included that in their maps. But too much lights in the game may affect performance. So BeamNG Drive developers are usually very good at optimizing things, so you'll have to see how they handle that. BeamNG Drive is probably the greatest looking racing game ever made. The graphics are amazing, I love the reflections, just the cars look so detailed. But doesn't something look off about here? If you guessed the sky, you would be correct. I don't know if it's just me, but something just looks very off about the sky. Like, it does not look real at all. Now, I'm not asking for volumetric clouds. I just want a better looking skybox. And many players do agree with me because it could transform the graphics to an 8 to like a 9. And could make the game look so much better and so much more realistic. So there you have it. There are 10 small things and features that should be improved in BeamNG Drive. I really hope you enjoyed. Now remember that the BeamNG Drive developers are very talented and always listen to our ideas. So keep giving them suggestions, because you never know. Your next big idea could make it into BeamNG Drive. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next BeamNG Drive video.